I am Dr. Catherine Ellis. I use she, her pronouns. Please feel free to call me Catherine. And I am here for the Teach Me Sex series, which is an educational series to learn about all the different ways humans express themselves sexually, humans have sex, and the joys and complications of connecting with others in a sexual way. And we ask the same 5 questions every time. And while we're highlighting diverse ways of engagement and different experiences, I also want to encourage you to consider ways you can relate and how some of what you might hear helps you understand yourself a little bit better. So Teach Me Sex is explicit, it's honest, and it's intimate. We want to disclose that not everybody publicly shares about themselves as sexual beings, and most actually don't. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that they aren't sexual or aren't empowered by their sexuality. So said frankly, let's not sexualize the people who do share or asexualize the people who don't, or generalize what we hear today to other people who share identities with our guests. We're delighted by our guests who come on and use self-disclosure as a form of education. And they do so because education is part of their personal and professional missions. So Teach Me Sex is all about the more you know, the more you know. So today we have Anita. And Anita, we are so glad to hear you here today. Thank you for joining us and thank you for teaching us. And first off, we just want you to tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us what we need to know about you.
All right. I'm Anita and I'm a COTA. I've been a COTA for 15 years. And I recently branched out and started my own business, Sexologist. Sex is under the umbrella of occupational therapy. And I kind of took that track and went through a sexology program. And now I can help individuals and couples find a better outlet through sex and help improve communication, anything that they need as far as within their relationship. So.
Wow, that is very cool. I have to say, I was so excited when I found Anita's work. Being an occupational therapist, doing this work and seeing, that there were other people, having a private practice around this and your extended training. And I just thought that I was really thrilled by that. So we have so much in common. It's a lot of fun doing this work, isn't it?
It is. It really
is. Okay, so tell us about some of the ways that you have sex.
Well, I like role play and BDSM.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because you get to live outside of yourself and do something that makes you feel happy. Also, so it can help you be another person or be the person that you really are. That's the way I like to explain it. And the BDSM part can be a release, because some people need that proprioceptive input through various ways, and that's what comforts them. And that's the part of it that I like.
Yeah, it's really, when we think of kink and BDSM, there's so much sensory play in that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and adults, like, how often are adults playing?
Yep.
Even just you were mentioning role playing, like you're able to either be someone else, which is really fun, or be authentically who you are. And that's just really neat to be able to do that within the sexual realm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love what were you going to say?
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So what are ways that you express yourself sexually, and why does that feel good for you?
I guess it's kind of connected to the role play. I like getting dressed up, going out, feeling pretty makes me feel sexy. And just being able to relax, that also can get you in the mood for sex. So anything as far as like Oh, so another a blog that I have is called Food, Sex, Liquor. So it combines everything that I love, and I get to share it with other people. So I'm a sexologist, I'm a bartender, and I'm a foodie.
Man, you do it all.
So when
That's
I go,
amazing.
yes, so when I go out, I'm experiencing at least one of those, if not all. And sometimes I take pictures and blog about my experience the night before or whatever. So that's what I enjoy doing. Getting dressed up, going to eat, going to get something to drink, and just relaxing.
And that like, when you do those things, it makes you feel sexual. Like it builds your sexual interest or your sexual desire. And I think it's really, I'm sure you talk about this a lot too. Like there's occupations that we do that then make us want to go do sexual occupations.
That's true.
And,
That's very
true. Yeah, like sex, food, and like liquor and food. Like when I have a really good meal, or I'm feeling a little buzzed, or really enjoying a glass of wine or a Manhattan, like that's a sensual and sexual feeling for me.
Yes, yes. You always hear the term that like you ate something and it was orgasmic.
Yes.
Yes, it's very true.
I think there's a reason why people say that.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and we're also definitely putting the blog in our show notes as well.
Okay.
Very cool. So, okay, tell us about a time when you felt really validated with a dating or a sexual experience.
I can recall I guess I can say this period of time in my life where I was kind of not really dating this guy, but he was okay. He was a hookup. So we would call each other, hey, what you doing? What you doing? So it was this one Friday, and it was just a rough week, and I just wanted to just get away for a little bit and just do what I wanted to do. I was like, I want to have some drinks, I want to have some sex, and I want to sleep, and I want to repeat. And that's what we did all night. And it was so gratifying because he heard what I wanted, and that's what he gave me.
Yes, that's amazing. But you know what's really interesting about that is that you asked for something, and then you got it. And it you know, in one world or one realm, maybe you wouldn't have gotten that, but in this scenario, you did. But you asked for it. You like crafted what you wanted.
Yep.
And I bet your partner was like, yeah, okay, sounds great.
I guess it was like, well, that sounds pretty easy. Okay.
Yeah, right. I love that. Oh my God.
Something so simple can mean so much to someone else.
It's so true.
Yep.
Yeah. I can find myself sometimes being really explicit too. Like, I want to have chicken and broccoli, and then I want to go lay in bed and talk, and then I want to have sex. Like, this is what I want. This is what I want tonight. That's great. All right. Okay, but what about a time where it felt really complicated, or you didn't really feel that affirmed, or it didn't go the way that you wanted it to?
So it's just like the experience I was telling you about with the guy. So it becomes complicated when you're in a serious relationship, because a lot of times the more you would think this would be opposite, but when you're with someone, it's kind of harder to open up to someone about what you want, your wants and needs, because you're worried about judgment or something getting thrown in your face later. So it can be complicated when you want to be honest with someone and tell them how you're feeling, but you're worried about hurting them. That's a part of my why I branched out and started doing this, because I want to help people be able to find the right words, or be put in the right situations where they can get what they want. And that's like asking for what you want, or setting up the situation so you can get to be pleasured the way you want to be pleasured. And that's really important to me because I know how hard it is, and that's complicated for me. So that's my pain point. So I want to help other people figure it out and make it an easier step to get to the next level in their relationship.
Yeah. I love that. It's to be able to put a language to what we feel on the inside and what we want on the inside.
Yeah.
To one, like, a lot of people don't even know that they can ask, or asking feels wrong or bad, or I'll offend my partner, or, I've never asked before, so I don't know that I can. I should just kind of take what I can get. And it can feel really complicated. So that's really beautiful. Your why there sounds really like meaningful and personal to you.
Yes, definitely.
Great. All right. And then here's our last question, which is the teach me how to sex. Okay. So what is the Anita special? What is one tip, one move, one action that enhances the pleasure and the sexy time experience? What's your go-to? What's your bartender trick for the bedroom?
I don't know if that'll work. I guess my one thing is making the eye contact during sex.
Oh yeah.
That can be really sexy. It can also be kind of uncomfortable for the other person, but because they don't want you to see them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes, just being in the moment and being quiet and making that eye contact and putting everything in the world outside it and just enjoying your moment. That's so awesome to me. And I guess once my partner realizes what I'm doing, then they start feeling closer, and it becomes more passionate at that time. So definitely just the eye contact. That's really important.
I love that. It's oh, go ahead.
I was trying to think of something bartendery. I can't think of something bartendery. Usually people glamorize bartenders.
Yeah.
They're usually sticky. It's 1,000 people in there, and that's not a sexual time at all.
Although sex can be sticky and there can be 1,000 people there, but it's not really the same thing.
Right.
No, I love that with eye contact. A lot of the people that come on Teach Me Sex, they talk about communication. For this question, they talk about, nonverbal communication and verbal communication. And it just goes to show how much sex is about communication. And when we make eye contact, we are literally communicating, without any words, but we're saying, like, I see you, I want to see all of you, I want to see your heart. I want to connect to you, whether this is a casual thing or, we've been having sex with each other for the last 40 years, like I want to connect with you in this moment. So that's really cool. That's great. Well, Anita, we are so grateful for you to join us for our Teach Me Sex. And thank you so much for sharing about yourself as well, so that we can learn. But most importantly, thanks for showing us about playing and sex and communication in a way that feels authentic to you. So thank you for teaching us. We're really glad to have you on the show, and I can't wait to do more with you.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here, and I love your courses. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Anita, take care. Bye, everyone.
See ya.